Hey y'all, this is Leslie coming to you from the cabin at King B Acres today. We are Scratch-Made Homestead. I know it's been a while, but I kept waiting for the perfect moment to, do the cabin reveal, and it's not going to be a perfect moment. So there's potatoes everywhere and, stuff happening. So y'all just have to pardon that, and I just wanted to kind of bring y'all up on things that are going on at King B Acres. So since this coronavirus has been going on, it hasn't been totally bad for us. When it happened, I think it was March the 18th is when things pretty much got shut down here, but my boys were furloughed from their jobs as well, but that opened them up to be able to go to Tanner's and help Danny do co-packing. Tanner's Pecans gift shop is not open for business, of course, but even typically in the off season we don't have our gift shop open. It's by appointment only. And so them helping Danny doing the co-packing allowed me to stay home and get the garden going and get the contractors on track, getting finished with the cabin and getting the grow shed and the greenhouse going. The cabin still has a few little things. We're going to put gutters on and a rain catchment system. There's a couple other small things that Danny's going to do. We're going to put ceiling fans out on the deck and everything. So, let's do this cabin thing. All right, so you're looking at my kitchen stove. I do have another backsplash that's actually out the door right there, and we're just waiting for the contractor to put it up for us. It is a diamond pattern stainless, I think, whatever that material is. But anyway, so this is my view every morning. Let's see, I don't think I can do that. So there's my view. So got my avocados going. Those I started because I just didn't have time to go outside and put them in the dirt, so I just plunked them in there, and they've been there ever since. I've got about 4 or 5 in dirt out in the garden, and I'll show you when we go out there. So as many of you know, Danny and I have had this dream for about 7 years now, and this is what we've been dreaming of. This is what we have talked about for 6 years and drawn out on paper and erased that paper and threw away that paper and talked over it again. And so this is what we came up with. This is the rest of the cabin. Just as a little bit of a backstory, this hutch was my mom's, and she passed in last July, so not a year yet. But I had it painted, and I absolutely love it. I just love it. You can see the bottom of it. And it adds a way for us to get extra light in. So this is my oven. It's where I do any baking that I have, unless it's bigger, and then that'll be in the outdoor kitchen. And like I said, we've got potatoes everywhere. I think what I've decided to do is take the potatoes to our store, where I can have a lot more room to store them and sort them and can them. For now, it's just easier to do it over there because there's more room. So bringing you along into the bed. Well, this is the entertainment area. These chairs are really comfortable, y'all. These are not the expensive ones, but they weren't cheap either. We needed something that did not take up like a whole lot of room, and we do love these chairs. They work really well for us. So then our bed, and this is the bathroom. I'm bringing you in here because I want to show you my shower curtain. Do you just love it? I absolutely love my shower curtain. It just makes me smile every day when I come in here. So I'll show you the walls behind. I like that. I think it turned out really well. I didn't like it when it was on the floor. But yeah, I like it now. So yeah, very utilitarian. Oh, I wanted to show you. This is, I love the sink. We bought that about 4 or 5 years ago and stored it, as well as we did with the cast iron tub. And then every morning, y'all, I get to watch my hummingbirds while I'm sitting in bed having my coffee. What a view. I just love it. So let's, that's about it for the cabin. Well, I gotta show you. I'd be in trouble if I didn't show you my pantry, wouldn't I? There are some new canned things like the green beans and the dehydrated vegetables and such. All the chunky soup and stuff is what I bought couponing years ago. Let's see what the date is on them. Let's see. Yep. Can y'all see that? December 2014. So, yeah. That's a few things that we have put away. Other things, and we didn't have to go out and worry about toilet paper, y'all. We just didn't. So let's go out on the deck. This is the cabin sits where our camper used to sit, and so we would just walk right out onto the deck, and we would sleep out here on cool nights. And we plan to do that again, but we still live in a construction zone, so that's not happening anytime soon. Yeah. Say hi, go man. It's my Gucci. These are our little chicks. Hold on, let me get my shoes on. So we had this whole area screened in, and I'm already thinking to glass it in at some point. I don't know if I'll be able to do it now, but we shall see. So here's our little babies. There's a little Easter egger and a golden lace Wyandotte. And then we have Racer. Right there's the big black one. He's our one and only chick that we have hatched here. And then the other two are guineas. And those three are, I'm sorry, that one's not a golden lace Wyandotte. These are Cornish cross. These four are Cornish cross. So, pardon the mess. This is the outdoor kitchen. I got sweet potato slips to plant. Over in the garden, I have my own sweet potato slips that I'm growing, but I thought it prudent to go ahead and get some of those in the ground. So that's what we're going to do over in this garden, along with some other things. Let's come back here. I'll show you. This is going to be our skinning room and our incubation room. Let's go see. We were supposed to have an egg hatch yesterday, so I don't know. This is all the back. Oh, there's our camper. So this is the skinning room. These are freezers that we had at the store and didn't use anymore. And so we brought them here, and we're just waiting on EMC to come and do a temporary disconnect. And then we'll get all our electricity done and up and running. So, no, that one right back there. I don't know, it says temp okay, current temp 100. We'll have to see. I keep telling Danny that we need to candle them, and we just keep forgetting. We just keep forgetting to do that. So I'm gonna turn you around so you can see. These are some, almost got an ant bed. This is my lettuce that I'm letting go to seed. And these are a couple of whatevers that came up volunteer over in the greenhouse. In the greenhouse where there's nothing in there right now. So I dug them up and planted them out here, and they're not looking too bad, so considering all. These are some carrots, Nance and Imperator orange. And there's a asparagus, and I'm not sure what those two things are. I think maybe some ginger or turmeric. So this is actually the front door of the cabin, going into the cabin. I've got some carrots that didn't do so good. My celery is about to get too hot right here, so I'm waiting on my greenhouse. These tomatoes are looking pretty good, considering they haven't been pampered like my other ones have. Got some little society garlic, and I put these peas here. They're purple peas to try to help with shade. Look at this one right here. We want him to come over here. So there's that. Every day we have probably 5 or 6 hummers on these feeders. There's my husband's other love, old red. I have sunflower seeds and zinnias planted along this wire. This is where our blackberries were last year, and we had to dig them up because they got orange rust. Wash your tools. So yeah, bye blackberries. And then out here is all kinds of fruit trees, blueberries, peaches. I have a loquat. Those raised beds are the very first ones we ever did. The 3 are taken over with weeds, but the one is rocking with asparagus, so it really does like it there. We're still working on our well pump house, and over there we have bees. And bring y'all down here. I'm watering my blood orange tree because it is so dry here. We're more than 8 inches in drought right now. And when I bought that blood orange tree about, it's one of the first ones I planted out here. I went to the local Master Gardener's plant sale and found it, and the guy said, "You'll never have fruit. It'll never bear fruit here. It won't happen." Well, I got news for him. It's happening at King B Acres, and look, all the way out there. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, and I don't care if I have to walk down here 100 times a day and check the water, but I want to have a blood orange off of that tree. So that's pretty cool. These are grapefruits, and there's my loquat, and we have pear trees, 4 pear trees there, and we will probably wind up moving them, possibly, I don't know yet. But this is the general area where the big house is going to go whenever we save our pennies and build another house. Who knows? We may decide not to do that and make that our orchard, just because we love living in the cabin, and golly, I don't have a whole lot to clean, so that's a bonus. Okay, this is the north side cornfield. This is the second one planted, and y'all, I'm so proud of Danny. This last year we did a little one, and it did okay, but we learned a lot. And so now this is all on drip irrigation. I've got one row, the very first row over there is sunflowers. And last year when we were in the drought and our air conditioner went out on the camper, we moved here, and I was sure glad to have it. I wasn't real happy with with Danny buying that in the first place, because we just had so many other projects going on, but God knew what was coming. And so we lived in there for a while until we got the cabin built. And yeah, we just moved out of there. Lived in there about a year, almost a year, because it happened about July, something like that. So here's our chickens, and we are going to be expanding our coop area. We'll have about 4 different areas, and then the run will pretty much stay the same. We're going to beef it up a little bit, but we're going to do something different as far as our coops go. Here's my honey over here. He's so excited about his corn. Hey, babe.
Hey there.
Looking lovely.
Isn't it? Very proud of it.
I'm proud of him too.
Turned out well.
Ah, cool beans. So over here we moved the small greenhouse that I've been using, and then on the arbor there we're going to put a shade cloth, and then that's where all this is going to go. On my aloe, I've still got to work on some of my pineapples, but I'm happy. They are coming along. That's a little peach tree, a dragon fruit, that I got to figure out how to tame this dude. So we'll see. And then some more aloe. This is the last of my potatoes, and I'm going to let them go probably another week, and then I'll come back and clean this whole bed out, and then plant my sweet potatoes. So this is a banana tree that's been there several years, and in case you didn't notice, this year we put everything under weed cloth, and we have them on drip tape, as you can see, and so it's working pretty good. I'm gonna come down here so I can see and tell you. This is this first 3 are our okras. This is Alabama Red, Clemson Spineless, and Broussard. We love all 3 of those, and so we decided to plant them again. This row right here doesn't have anything on it, just because I forgot and hadn't got back to it yet. I've got a few collards right here that obviously didn't do too well, but I have other collards that I'm going to replace. This is a Red Beauty watermelon that someone had told us about, and so when we went to the feed and seed, we asked her about them. The man was just leaving, and these were like his leftover plants. So we bought them for I think $10 for 25 plants, something like that. So we bought them, and we'll see how they work out. We've got something coming up here. I'll have to go back and look and see. What is that? Oh, that's our cantaloupe, Crenshaw cantaloupe. We love cantaloupe and can't wait to have some fresh. This is spaghetti squash. We've got some coming up. And then this is Orange Glow watermelon. I grew this a couple of years ago and didn't really think it did much, but towards the end of the season we got 1 watermelon, and it was so good. I highly recommend it. Orange Glow. This is our Cherokee Tam pumpkin, and they are all doing well. I've got to do a little bit of weeding, but for heaven's sake, nothing like it would have been. Yeah, these are doing well. Let's go see what's in this row. Oh, the Baldwin feed and seed cantaloupe. That's all I know about it. Sorry y'all. Haven't grown it, but we love cantaloupe, so we'll see. And then these are my tomato plants. I started tomato plants in my little greenhouse, and they just didn't germinate. I think what happened was we had the greenhouse going the wrong way. So the sides were facing east and west, so it just got too hot, I think. And there's our kitty. We got some squash in there. I picked some this morning. So yeah, these back to the tomatoes, sorry. I got distracted. These are pretty much all hybrids that I bought from the Feed and Seed, but I'll take it, you know. I've got some tomatoes there, and when I get my big greenhouse, I will be able to control the temperatures in there and grow some tomatoes from seed. So looking forward to that. Now I have a question, y'all. I grew basil last year, and I didn't realize that when it bolts, it tastes like soap. And that's true. So this is not bolted yet. It's not anywhere near the size it was last year when it bolted, but it still tastes like soap. Why does it taste like soap? That's bad. So, I don't know. I like having it in the garden because it helps keep bugs down. So I'll continue to do that, but it tastes like soap. And my purple basil is always pretty and it tastes the same. I don't know what the deal is. So we got some peppers and tomatoes, more squash. A nice looking little pepper there on that terrible little plant, but we'll take it. So, oh, I got some tomatoes on here too. And so everything is on drip irrigation, which just, if you can put the time and the effort in and the money to do it, it really is worth it. These are my Cherokee Trail of Tears black beans, and look at there. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I hope you can see it. And we've got to get our trellises on. That is next on Danny's list of things to do. He'll start about right here and put another post, and then we'll go up with a tee of wire. This row I had planted adzuki beans. They did absolutely nothing. So I've kind of used this row as a fill-in row. I went and bought more basil. I bought some Thai basil. We've got watermelon and squash, cucumbers, and then we come to my pink eye purple haul. I think these, I was thinking these were going to be a trellis, but doesn't look like it. So, sorry, hon. So this is fenugreek on this right-hand side. I planted both of them, but they just did not like this side for some reason. So I've got collards in here. They're a little bit iffy right now, but I do have some more that I'm going to fill in with. And this is my rattlesnake beans, and they are looking fine right now. We'll have the same trellis system with them, so we'll be getting that done. I've got some more squash over here. This was my pea row, and I wanted to try this netting, and it's done pretty good. I should have that one that's kind of fallen over. If I had come out here and straightened it when it first happened, it wouldn't be doing that right now, so it's all on me. But I thought my peas would be through by now, and I would take the netting up, and then my squash plants would, you know, have plenty of room. But that hadn't happened yet because my peas are still growing. So that is that. Yeah, see, that's the one I was talking about. I could have come and put another stake right there and it'd been okay, but you know what? It's okay now. Some more squash. This is my garlic bed that I have got to get in here and weed. I put the netting over it to keep the cats out of it, and it worked. And then this is my 4-carat bed that I have got to get in here and weed. I'm just going to come in and try to get around the carrot patches, kind of like I've done over there. So, all right, y'all, this is the raised beds that Danny built for me. We do not have water on to them yet, but, you know, that's another project. So I have garlic here at the end, garlic chives, and asparagus. I have amaranth planted on the very end down there. These are pigeon peas that we're going to plant. See that row of trees right there? This whole row. I've got lemongrass planted, and I'm going to put the pigeon peas in there. These 2 beds will go away after this year because they're about rotted. So yeah, that's pigeon peas, and I have swamp chestnuts right here that have not done anything. This is moringa. This is 2 of my other avocado plants, and more swamp chestnuts that have not or are not going to come up. Lemongrass, swamp chestnuts in these 4. That's a yellow rose, my dad's favorite. Up here I have carrots that the cats got into these 2 tubs. So I'm just leaving them and letting them go to seed. Check out this one. I cannot wait to dig that sucker up. That's a big old carrot. And these are Danvers half-longs. And I think this one is probably like a purple dragon or something like that. And then over here, I have onions. These are white onions. Those are some tomatoes and such that really just didn't come up, and I'm kind of over them. Purple onions. I'm excited about growing purple onions this year. So yay, more little onions. This is cannas and daylilies. This is comfrey, amaranth, swamp chestnuts, basil, peppers, lavender. This is, I think it's irises. Yeah, rain lilies. That's what those are, daylily. Rosemary, more basil, tomato, peppers, my peppers. Looking good. This is cilantro. I've got to get out here and cut some of these herbs and get them to dehydrating. There's a pepper plant. Goes to show you how hot it is. These plants are not very old, and they are bolting already. Look how pretty that curly parsley is. Pretty, pretty. Some bee balm, Italian oregano, and these are irises. Let's see. These are all gladiolas, different colors. Gladiolas. That's a guava that Wanda King gave me a couple years ago, and it was way down there, and I decided I'm going to put it in my greenhouse when I get it done. So yes, these are Louisiana irises and different color irises. Okay, y'all, so let's go in the greenhouse and the garden shed. This is the garden shed, and so what I'll do is have tables here with expanded metal on them, and then I'll have my sink will go right there in that corner, and it'll connect right there. And then we'll have these are 3 fans that will be controlled with a thermostat, and I'll have tables along here, not tables, but counters. I never know what to call that. Expanded metal on that side and over there. And then this side, I'll have the tubs. And that corner probably is where I'm going to put that dragon fruit. So we'll see how that works. So you see how things are not really, you know, complete around here. But I wanted to just bring you along, and I miss y'all, and I thank you for your prayers. And I love y'all. Peace. I hope you enjoyed the walkabout. And Jeffrey, okay. Jeffrey wanted to be in on things. He likes being up on my shoulder. So, all right, y'all. That's about it. Leslie with Scratch Made Homestead. Peace, y'all.